Okay, so anybody watching this on replay, hey everybody, had problems with first live stream. We're doing the draft lottery, waiting for people to come back. Just going now off screen for a sec. So I'm just trying to load up my other computer. I'm on Wi-Fi. I don't usually do the live streams this way. So I'm on Wi-Fi here. And of course, my Wi-Fi cut out and crapped out my other live stream. So I see somebody's back. So just give me a second, whoever's here. I just got to do something here. That is... jeez. So just hang on. I'm almost ready. Sorry about this. Here I am. Hi. Be right back with you. If I had faster internet, I have fast internet. I'm here. Hey, NHL hockey news. How's it going? Yeah, this is my second stream. My first one crapped out. I'm doing this from my set, and my laptop is what's here, and it's on Wi-Fi. And yeah, it kind of canceled out. I didn't really notice it, which figures. So just waiting for people to come back in. If they hopefully they'll see that I've got a new stream. Be 1 second. I just want to put it on my other computer. There we go. I am back. So we got 2 people in the room, but I'm wondering if it's not me on my other computer. So we're doing this a little differently for live stream. I'm on my set, and we're going to, as we hear about it. Now, I don't have it live. There's no way I can find it anywhere. I've got a buddy who's going to text me whenever there's something actually happens. There's probably nothing going to happen until about 8:30, where we'll probably get the first one. So they're going to announce it, I believe, from 3 to 1, so 3, 2, and 1 over the last probably half hour. It's supposed to be a 1-hour show. All the picks have been picked already before they went on the air. What they're doing is they're revealing what the picks are. They're not picking them live on the air. That's what I read. So how you doing, buddy? Thanks for being here. So there's 3 people here. Sorry, I'm on my laptop and this Wi-Fi, and it cut on me. So that's why the live stream went out. So I didn't realize it right away. Hey, Joe, how's it going, buddy? I hope everybody comes back. Not much I can do. They are doing it on TV. It's on Sportsnet, but I don't have cable. I don't pay for cable because I don't watch TV. So they're doing it on Sportsnet, NHL Network, NBSCN, something like that, and somewhere else. So yeah, there's you gotta pay to get it. But I have a friend, my buddy Patty Mac, who has been in the room before. He's going to either call me, and while he's watching it, we'll find out, or he's going to text me when there's something happens. But it's starting at 8 o'clock, so don't expect anything to happen. I don't know what time is it. So it's just starting now. I don't think they're going to announce anything for the first at least 15 minutes. I would think probably half hour, all kinds of stuff, and then every 10 minutes to the end, give us a lottery pick. So what we're doing here is this is how before the lottery picks. This is how it stands. 7 teams that didn't make it, and the 8 slots that are available. As we find out, I'm going to put them up over here and try not to get hit by the little fan clock over there. And that's what we're going to do. So ask questions, any questions you want, and welcome back, or thanks for coming in, anybody who is first coming in or who is returning because the other live stream crapped out. Really apologize for that, but that's my laptop. That's why I don't use my laptop. And I guess I could have unplugged my other computer. I didn't think about it until just now and put the plug in here. But if I get like crappy signal, I'm going to do that. I'll unplug from the other computer and I'll put it right in this one, and hopefully that'll work. So what do we got going here? If I'm looking down, it's because I'm not at my desk. I have to look down here to get the questions. Why don't I just do that a little bit? Okay, that's a little better. I know I don't have cable either. It's too expensive. I don't watch, like, I stream everything. So for me to have cable, I'm just having cable just to have the sports, which, you know, at some point I'll be able to afford to do, but it's too expensive to have cable just to have that. So yeah, right now I don't, because I literally, whatever I want to watch, I can get. I don't need to pay cable for it. So I don't have cable. Yes, if anybody's saying, geez, Rick is cheap. Yeah, I tend to live cheap because, you know, I'm not giving my, you know, it's like you said, they're $100 a month. That's what it costs. It's crazy. It's expensive enough for just internet. All right, Joe is in the room, and Joe has now got a new job. Joe is now going to update us if anything happens. So Joe, if you don't mind, you'll update us if something happens. My buddy's going to call, I know, or text me. I know I'm going to get it, but you're in the room, so if you will, that would be great. You might get it to me a lot faster. Maybe NHL. Thanks, buddy. What do you think of my 4 little whiteboards? It actually, I really love it. I got the extra whiteboard. They're just cheap whiteboards till I can afford a nice big metallic one. But that's the amount of. I need a little bit more actually. There he is. There's Patty Mac now. So hang on a sec. Yo, Patty Mac is on the line. Hello. Or I don't know, is he? Don't worry. I don't think anybody can hear his voice. I've tried this before, and I've done a recording with somebody talking, and we couldn't hear anything. So, but it's my buddy Patty Mac out in BC. Hopefully, we'll be podcasting together, and maybe somebody else if they want to join in. Yeah, so he's going to update us. I don't know if he's going to stay on the line or not, but he can if he'd like to. So, what's up, Patty Mac?
There's a weird headline on Sportsnet that says 6 teams will know their fate.
6 teams, because 3 teams will have to move. No, more than that could know their fate, right?
No, it says 6 teams will know their fate in the draft lottery.
And how? Okay, so he's saying there's an article on Sportsnet saying 6 teams will know their fate tonight. Explain. Did they explain that?
No.
No explanation. Well, because, you know, I know teams will move back if other, you know, teams behind them get the pick. So I don't know if that's what they mean. Maybe that's what they mean.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. It's what, 8? It's 8:02 right now, so the show is just starting. I don't really expect anything for about a half hour, but we'll have to see. Now, in the other stream, because the one that crapped out, there was a question. If you ask, I forget who it was that asked me the question, or they were stating that the Habs are going to get #1 pick. I want to state it now. There is absolutely no way Montreal can walk away tonight with #1 pick. Can't happen. So don't get excited, because even if they get slot A gets the #1 pick, and Montreal's in slot A, that's temporary. We don't know if that stays that way, because any lottery wins in the slotted teams, it's going to get redrawn again. So we don't know until that redrawing in phase 2. We don't know who's going to get it. So sitting here hoping Montreal gets #1 pick, you're hoping for nothing, because that's not going to happen tonight. It's not. So just want to say that, because a lot of people, I see that a lot on Twitter, that people are saying, yeah, Montreal is going to get #1 pick. They're not. We got to wait till after the qualifying round for that to happen. And that's only if one of the lottery wins goes in this section. If it doesn't, there's no phase 2. Montreal is not getting that. But what could happen, and I think probably best case scenario, is that Montreal, all 3 lottery wins come in the first 7 teams. So the teams that aren't making the this qualifying round of playoffs. And then we know what's going to be. Montreal loses to Pittsburgh. They're slotted in at 8th. They get the 8th pick. To me, that's the best case scenario, especially as a creator, because I want to do a mock draft. So it's totally selfish, Would I like to see Montreal get the #1 pick? Yeah, of course I would, without a doubt. But I don't really want to wait that long. What do you think, Patty Mac? What do you think? You want to see Montreal get the?
There's a 24.5% chance that one of the 8 mystery teams will scoop the first overall pick.
Yes, that's right. That's a good point. The teams here, the 8 slotted teams, there's a 24.5% chance that one of these teams will get that first pick, but it doesn't mean that that team in that slot is going to actually get it. So remember that. That's the important part. Any lottery wins here get redrafted for these 8 teams. Any lottery picks here, these guys don't get a second chance at. Only these guys get. And I think this is what's the most confusing part of it all, because I see on Twitter a lot of people don't seem to have it right. So that's how it is, right? That's how you understand it as well, Patty Mac?
Seems so.
Yeah, it's just that's the way it is. And a lot of people are really going, Montreal's going to get the #1 pick tonight. They're not. There's no way. Slot A might get the #1 pick, but that doesn't mean Montreal gets it. Okay, let's look at the board and see what we got. By the way, just got to remind everybody, because it's going to be a weird night, I'm definitely not scrolling. So if you make a comment and I don't see it, either re-comment and I'll get it the next time around, or perfect opportunity to take a, whatever that's called there, super chat. If you take a super chat, it's a highlighted window. I can't miss it, and I will definitely answer. And you can take it for as little as, I think it goes as low as 99 cents. So it's not too expensive. But tonight I'm not scrolling because there's just, I'm going to be all over the place. I'm just trying to read your, let's see now. Joe's prediction, Detroit doesn't even win. Not even the top 3. Calling it right now. They're going to get screwed. Well, they go to 4th. So the worst Detroit can be in is 4th place. So, I mean, that's not horrible, but you're right. They'd be getting screwed. What do you think about that? Patty Mac, do you think that, what do you think Detroit's chances of taking the first one or being screwed out of 1, 2, 3? Not
statistically have the best chance, but I think they're going to get screwed.
Yeah, well, then you.
Ottawa's got 2 different opportunities, so they have the best chance to me.
Yeah, they have a 7 or 6.5% higher chance than Detroit, because if you combine their 2 picks, it comes to 25%. So they by far have the biggest chance of anybody out there. So I think Ottawa has a great opportunity here tonight to complete their rebuild that they've been going through, because if they can stay in it, look, if they stay 2 or 3, but if say they get 1 and they stay in 3, or they get 1 and 4, 1 and 4 gets them really far along. And if they make smart picks with the rest of their picks, that team is going to get transformed into not a contending team, but a playoff contender, I think. With 2 picks like that, 2 top picks like that, wow. Imagine that. Imagine Montreal has that.
Right? There's 4 times a team has had 2 picks in the top 5. Vancouver was 1, Islanders twice, and I can't remember the first one. It might have been Chicago, but I can't remember.
Vancouver had to trade up. They got the Sedins, right? Is that when?
I think so, yeah. I don't know. It just went by really quickly here, so I mean.
But they had to trade. Didn't they have to trade to get that other pick to?
Oh yeah. No,
yeah. Yeah, but it's not like this where it worked out where they made a trade, they got that first round pick from the other team, and that poor other team, San Jose. What a year to crap out and lose your first round pick like that. You know? It's crazy.
The interesting little stat here, they're saying since 95, 5 teams have had multiple first rounders. The Edmonton Oilers, we know, had 3 fairly close together.
Right.
Florida Panthers had 3 first round picks. 3rd #1 picks overall, I mean. Jersey Devils also had 3, and then the Blackhawks and Islanders had 2. So it's not entirely, with 32 teams, it's not exactly, or 31 teams.
Well,
it's not exactly random like you would expect.
If I'm correct, 2 teams this year have 3 picks in the first round. That's Ottawa and New Jersey, I believe, have 3 picks in the first round, or could, because of conditions like Vancouver's first round pick, if they don't make the playoffs, goes to New Jersey. or Ottawa, one of them. It's like something like that. So yeah, they've got a good shot here. Let me go back to questions.
They're just talking to Gary Bettman right now.
They're talking to Gary Bettman. Okay, they're talking to Gary Bettman right now. So getting the Gary Bettman lies about how safe they want it to be, and all they're thinking about is safety for the players. And well, it doesn't seem to be that way. So I don't know. Like, I just did a news of the day, so I'll talk to you guys. There's not a lot of new comments. I did a news of the day. You might not have had time to watch it because it only went out at 6. It seems like the reason Vancouver lost their bid was because they weren't willing to sign away on their protocols. And the protocol that it seems like there was a snag was that when a player tests positive but is asymptomatic, so that means they're testing positive, they have COVID, but they have 0 symptoms of it. The NHL wants that player to still be able to play, and BC said no, they have to be isolated or quarantined. So NHL next day, or the couple of days later, and Vancouver's out of the running. So all this talk about, it's all player safety and we want to do it the safest way possible. I don't know. It's not looking like that. And, Patty Mac's been telling me this for a while. And I've been on it's going to, and it seems like the guy on the phone, I'm not even going to give his name because he's just the guy on the phone at this point. It seems like he might have been right. Because all signs are pointing that way. So Joe has Ottawa. Oh, you have Ottawa winning 1 and 2. Wow. And then Buffalo. Buffalo really needs it. I got to tell you, if there's a team that really needs to get one of the wins, is Buffalo. Detroit. Ottawa and Buffalo. Honestly, I think I agree with the hockey guy. He was saying in a video today that Detroit, they could probably go through another year like they had this year, and still be okay. Ottawa and Buffalo, I don't know. Buffalo, I don't know what's going to happen with them, but they could really use a lottery win. Brodeur is on. Okay. Just wondering where the okay, I'm still online. No new questions. What's going on here? I'm not watching on anything actually. Who is that? Armeni? I'm not. I'm getting updated on the phone. And Joe in the room here, he's going to update us as well. Sorry, guys, I had to cough.
All right, way after the commercial, they're going to start announcing.
Okay, so we're going to get something coming up really soon. Jack Eichel's got to get out of Buffalo. Okay, I'm not saying that that's not exactly true, but I don't know that his complaining was exactly to get him out of Buffalo yet. I think you got a year or two before you're going to see a move on Eichel. And think about it. What's that going to cost? Like, what is a team going to have to give up to get Jack Eichel? And as much as I'd love to see Eichel on the Canadiens, it would create too many holes to trade for a guy like that. So you got to be a really deep team to actually trade for him. So I don't know. I don't know who could afford to trade for him. That's another point of him getting out of Buffalo, But and believe me, every single other team in the league wants him. So it's not that I'm saying that. Okay, here come the cards. So we're getting Joe was saying we're getting something. Pat was just saying after the commercial. So we're gonna find out something. Can we get a drum roll? Anybody do drums? It's funny. I just brought a set of electric drums over to my ex, and for two of my boys there, they're gonna electric drums. I never played them. They were my cousins. She gave them to me, so I don't play them. So they wanted to. So drum roll. That's why I got in that story, right? It was drum roll. Yeah. So we're anxiously awaiting to see I imagine it's going to be number 3, the third pick. They're going to go in reverse order, 3, 2, 1. I would think. Joe, I agree with you. Jack Eichel as a Habs player. Can you imagine Eichel, Suzuki, Kokonyemi? Oh, this is the news I got. I'm going to put it in news of the day anyway, but you guys are going to hear it first from me anyway. Guess who's on his way to Montreal, and guess who's ready to be take part in training camp, and if he is perfectly healthy, will be in the lineup. And can you guess? Jesperi Kokonyemi is on his way to Montreal, and he is ready to take part in training camp. And if he gets a spot, he's ready to play. So this is good. So he will definitely, at the very least, be on that taxi squad. But I think that'll solve the problem of Domi not playing. If Domi's not going to play, you've got Kokonyemi in the third spot. And I think that's how it's going to work out. And I just hope he's ready. I think he'll be a little better. I just hope he's, maybe that was enough time down on the farm. It might be he's got that potential talent that might be the only time. Okay, so we're about to get an announcement. Yeah, Joe, I heard. I just heard about it like half an hour before the stream, so that's why I haven't done a video yet on it. But yeah, Kokonyemi has confirmed that he's on his way back and he's ready to go. That spleen injury was scary.
They're just showing a little clip from Lafreniere talking about how he feels about being this sort of consensus #1 pick.
So are they announcing the first overall pick lottery?
They're just talking to Lafreniere before they go to the picks.
Yeah, you'd think if they're talking to Lafreniere, he's going to be first. They're signaling that? Maybe.
I can't imagine. It'll take the suspense away.
I just don't know how they do it. I've never really watched the draft lottery, so I don't know how they draw it. Okay. I don't know why I got to be quiet. It's my live stream.
Okay, here's Bill Daly with the first, whatever he's going to say.
Okay, drum roll. Bill Daly's coming up. So, fingers crossed. I don't know for what. I honestly, I would rather.
Means that a participant in the fall.
Oh, I can't do that.
Playoffs has moved into the top 3.
Okay, so one of the top 3.
Okay, so we know now that one of the slotted teams have a pick, have won a lotto pick.
Number 8 is Buffalo.
Oh, 8th overall is Buffalo? Buffalo is in slot A. Or on my board. Buffalo here. Buffalo, like I said, needed it, did not get it.
Number 7.
Number 7.
New Jersey goes number 7.
New Jersey, number 7. That's where they were. No, they were in 6, so they moved down 1.
So what are the odds? Montreal's in top 3. What do you think?
No, they can't be. Oh, you mean, yeah. Number 6.
Anaheim.
Anaheim also drops 1. The fact that those guys are dropping only 1 leads me to believe Ottawa and Detroit might have won something.
Number 5. Ottawa, number 5.
Oh, which pick? They didn't say?
No.
Ottawa gets number 5. One of them down.
Oh, it's their original selection.
So that's Ottawa's original selection is number 5. That dropped 2.
Number 4.
Number 4 pick coming up, guys.
Detroit. I knew they'd get.
Oh, Detroit got screwed. So Ottawa's got one of the top 3.
Well, no, because there's one. They might have been pushed out.
No.
There's a team in the top 8 that got it.
Well, we're gonna find. I think that San Jose picked up one of the top three. Joe, you called it. Detroit got screwed.
You're going to a commercial.
They're going to a commercial. Suspense. Yeah, Joe, you called it. Detroit got screwed. And Ottawa, in a way, got screwed for their original pick. But the fact that their original pick moved down and the San Jose one hasn't been announced, I think that one got one of the lotteries. So that's I'm expecting.
Carlson pick is still up there, so we don't know.
Well, this is what I'm saying. It should have dropped as well, Pat.
Yeah, but we'll see.
If it didn't drop, I'm assuming, and this is an assumption, I don't know for sure, I could be wrong. I'm assuming it's going to be one of those picks.
Yeah. All we know is a bottom 8 team is in the top 3. That's all we know.
So only one. So yeah, okay. So yeah. So
It'll remain unnamed. You won't name it.
no, okay. No, but if they're saying one, so one, that means Ottawa got one of those picks. And LA too. LA and Ottawa and whoever is whatever slot here. That's my prediction right now. Commercial break. LA, Ottawa, and one of the slots. I don't know in what order, obviously.
Well, we're waiting for number 4. There's one more you
No, number 4 is Detroit. We're waiting top 3.
Oh, okay.
So my top 3, I don't know what order. LA, Ottawa, somebody else, whatever the slot number is. What do you,
Montreal.
What do you guys? It's not going to make a difference if it is anyway. So that means Montreal has a shot at first overall pick. Oh, we don't know which one. First, second, or third. Montreal will have a shot in phase 2.
Let's say hypothetically Montreal gets in there, then the incentive should be to tank the first round. Just tank it.
Oh my God, yes. But we don't know. The thing is, if you tank it, you still don't know. Because you don't know, it's not till after the qualifying round where they draw for the that pick. So we still won't know if they'll get it. But they have the opportunity. That means Montreal has an opportunity for a top 3 pick. Would be that
It's a slight chance.
if they get it, that would be 2 out of 3 years. Am I right? 2 out of 4 years?
Find out in a minute.
2 out of 3 years, because they got KK that was a 3rd pick. It's long commercials, a lot of commercials. Okay, guys, anybody saying anything? Yeah, so Joe, you agree with me? LA, oh, we got 16 people in here. LA and Ottawa. It has to be LA and Ottawa in the top 3. And it doesn't really matter where that slotted pick goes because that's going to be redrawn. So it doesn't matter. So we kind of know who it is. We know we just don't know the order right now. I dropped something. Sorry, guys. So we just don't know the order, but it's LA, Ottawa, and it'll be one of the bottom 8, the 8 teams that are going to lose in the qualifying rounds. We just don't know who's going to get 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, here's number 3.
Number 3 is coming up, guys.
Ottawa Senators.
Ottawa kept number 3. They got screwed. That's to me, Ottawa gets screwed here as well. Detroit and Ottawa screwed over. Now, I'm just saying, though, considering what they had to what they ended up with, that's
number 1. Number 1 is a team yet to be determined.
Number 1 goes to the slot. Slotted.
Number 2 is LA.
Montreal has a shot to get Lafreniere. I don't know if they're going to do it, but Montreal has a shot at Lafreniere. Okay, guys, let's go. Let's talk about it. Pat, do you want to stay on the line?
I will for a minute.
Okay, so I'm just going to put you in the holder.
That's actually shocking.
Hey, Nolan, how's it going? Montreal gets a shot at number 1. That's awesome. But we won't know till after the qualifying round. They're going to redraw that for that one for the 8 teams that don't make it. So if Montreal beats Pittsburgh, they do not have a shot at number 1. If Montreal loses to Pittsburgh, they have a shot. Best case scenario, Montreal gets the number 1 pick, Mike. That's the best case scenario. So this, you know what, in a way, this is the best case scenario for Montreal because it wouldn't have mattered what slot gets that pick, right? It's not going to matter because everybody's going to have the same chance. So for Montreal to have a shot at Lafreniere, this is what had to happen. That number 1 lottery had to go to the slotted teams. And it did. It worked out that way. Detroit and Ottawa, it's not good for them. I mean, that didn't work out too well for them. If I was Detroit, I would be disappointed. And if I was Ottawa, I'd be hugely disappointed. You had 2 shots at it, and you end up with 3rd and 5th. Which, I mean, it's not that it's horrible, but you're not getting Byfield and you're not getting Lafreniere. That's how it's going. I mean, well, I shouldn't say they're not getting Byfield. If LA takes somebody else like Stützle, it's either Stützle or Byfield. So that's their shot. But it's kind of disappointing if I were Ottawa. Wow. It's not how I would have figured it goes. And Buffalo has to be hugely disappointed as well. If anybody needed it, Buffalo really needed it. Wow. Okay, so now I'm gonna. How do I do this video that's gonna come up? So guys, come on, talk to me. I know I'm online. I see the video playing over there. I don't know what else I can say. So, Patty Mac, what do you think about this?
Oh, I just think that just the sheer fact we have a threat of a chance blows my mind.
Amazing. Me too. I think it's incredible. And look, at worst case scenario, then if they don't make it, say they lose to Pittsburgh, they don't get that pick. They're now going to be picking 9th, not 8th. So that's not horrible. So now we shift from everybody thinking it was 8th pick. It's possibly 9th pick. It's 1st or 9th, I'm thinking. Or they're going on into the playoffs, one of the two. And then it doesn't really matter because the pick isn't as good. So at least it's done. It's over. Johnny Golden, how's it going, buddy? So we're picking at number 1 or number 9. Yeah, if they lose to Pittsburgh, then we're picking number 1 or number 9. That's how it's going to come out. So in a way, look, it's kind of like if they get number 1, wow, that's fantastic, obviously. And, you know, they could have dropped as far as 11th, which I would not have liked. But to go only 1 back into 9th, I don't mind that. That's not bad. And maybe I'm wrong and it's 10th, but they're 9th or 10th. Considering everybody only shifted down 1. So anyway, I'll see. But they're not worse than 10th. They're still in the top 10. So I'm not positive on the 9th now. I've got to think that through. Because the way Ottawa dropped, I'm trying to think if it's 8. I'm not sure if it's 9th or 10th. But it's not 11th. So they're in the top 10. So I'm hoping they're going to, honestly, so if they get first, we know it's Lafreniere. We know it's Lafreniere. So who can they get in 9th position? You know, I'm still hoping it's Sanderson. Honestly, this is the guy I want. I was going with Drysdale, and I would go with Drysdale. But from what it looks like, it's Drysdale or Sanderson, and you're good. They're about the same. And Sanderson has the size. So I kind of want to see Sanderson drop. I don't think he will, though. So who do you guys think we're going to get? If not, we don't have to figure out first pick. It's going to be Lafreniere. So say we're at 9th pick. Who do you guys figure we're going to get? Anybody got a prediction before we wind this up? Let's see. I don't. Nobody's giving me a prediction. Okay, let me see what's written here that I didn't get to. Stress is building up. Not right now, but yeah, that next, like the phase 2 is going to be super stressful because it's like all right there for Montreal to get. And I just hope they, you know, I would hope that if they do fix these things, I hope it's this year they go, okay, we're going to give it to Montreal because, they're such a great team and tradition and all that, and they need a player like this to get back into and we need Montreal to be one of those top teams, and we're going to get it because of that. So if they do rig it, I hope this is the year they rig it for Montreal. That would be nice.
Here's what it says here. Should the Canadiens lose their play-in series versus Pittsburgh, they will have a shot at the top pick. They will have the same odds, 12.5%, as the other 7 teams still in contention.
Yeah.
That number is double what they would have held in a typical draft lottery, which is 24th overall.
Right.
At 6%.
Right.
So it's not a guarantee. They have equal odds with all the others, which I think is a little unfair.
But they have better odds than they had going into it. Automatic. Yep. I am back. Sorry about that. My Wi-Fi. I'm on my laptop because of the way I'm doing it, this live stream. So I apologize. I came back up within a few minutes. I was back up.
Listen right now because Mr. Hockey Guy there, is talking to Elliot Freeman about it. So.
Okay, no problem. So you want to listen and hang up and listen, or what?
No, I was going to tone you down. I'm not going
Okay,
away.
no problem. Okay. How do they determine who gets the pick? They're going to do another lottery thing like this, phase 2, where they're going to make one more pick between the 8 teams.
By the way, Brian Berg said it's a disgrace that this happened.
Brian Burke thinks this is a disgrace, how it turned out. They're going to pick between, so these are the slotted teams, A to H. Only these teams are in the next drawing for that number 1 pick. They each have a 12.5% chance to get it. So everybody is on equal level. Montreal has a shot. The main thing is Montreal's got a shot at Lafreniere. So, all they got to do is lose to Pittsburgh. If they beat Pittsburgh, Lafreniere obviously is off the table. But we knew that anyway. I mean, obviously. Rossi at 9th. You know what? Rossi could drop to 9th, but I don't see Montreal taking him. I don't, for a reason. They need bigger players. Montreal's at a place where if you can pick a guy who's got pretty much equal talent and he's got size, you got to go with the guy with size because they have so many small guys. But you're right. Rossi could drop there, and he'd be a good pick. I mean, he'd be a good pick. He's loaded with talent. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. Yeah, I think it's a win-win. Look, either they get first pick or they get 9th. It's not so bad. They're not much worse off. They're way better off because they got a shot at Lafreniere now. Any chance we would pick the goalie at 9th? Johnny, it's funny because Fedge, who's not in tonight, Fedge would say yes. I guess because he knows his goalies, I'm going to say I guess so, but I really think Montreal needs offense. I really do because you've got Caden Primo. I don't think it's necessary for you to go after Askarov unless you really believe Askarov is the best goalie for the future and all that, but you don't need the best goalie to win a cup. You don't. So it's not 100% necessary. We see the problems that can cause for a team when your goalie's your best player. So maybe they don't go that way. I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, theoretically, he could go there. I think Askarov is probably going to go somewhere around there. And, no, I don't think at this point, I really don't think Ottawa is going to go after him. But you never know. Habs have a shot.
So they're saying that regardless of whether the playoffs are played right through to the end or the playoffs get stopped because of COVID,
yeah,
it's essentially a 1-8 for those 8 teams. Those bottom 8 teams will get a 1-8 chance if there's no playoff. The playoffs get halted. Otherwise, however the order is right now, they'll get the same 1-8 chance. That ranking will get the 1-8 chance, which is effectively 12.5%. So
yeah.
They have equal footing, unfortunately. There's no weighted average for these going forward.
No, I know that. Hang on a second. Andrew Hamill. Who won number 1? They didn't say which slotted team, but one of the slotted teams. And here, so that means there's going to be a phase 2. They got the number 1. LA and Ottawa got 2 and 3. So it's whoever's going to win that number 1 in the phase 2. LA, Ottawa, Detroit, Ottawa, Anaheim, New Jersey, Buffalo. That's all they've announced.
They did say that, let's see, Lafreniere's hero is Kobe Bryant. So they thought when they're going to have the final 3 that it would be LA getting number 1 and Lafreniere would be really happy to go to LA.
Yeah, he might have been, yeah. Johnny Golden's prediction is we pick 9th and take the best player available, Holtz. Holtz is a possibility. Yeah, I mean, that's the most likely scenario what's going to happen. So, yeah, I agree with that. And, yeah, automatic. You can't write this shit. No, this is great. It gives us hope for Lafreniere, I guess. For me, I wanted to be able to do the mock drafts. Maybe there's a way we can try to figure it out and, whatever. But, if Montreal's got a shot at Lafreniere and that's what it works out to, I'm happy with the result. I'm definitely not going to be complaining, that's for sure. So, yeah, I'm definitely happy. Yeah, it gives us something to look forward to, right? But, the only problem with all that is if they don't get Lafreniere, we're going to be highly disappointed. But, hey, that goes along with getting that opportunity. So, Montreal, yes, Andrew, Montreal may have it, but we've got to wait till the phase 2 draft, and then we'll find out. So that's after the qualifying round when they know the rest of the teams that will be in the slots. Then they're going to do the redraw, and we're going to find out then. So let's see now. George Cax, hey, how's it going, buddy? Laughs to haves, please. Yeah, well, we're going to find out. At least the possibility is there now. More than we could have really hoped for going into it. What if the Penguins get first? And that's a possibility too. If Montreal beats Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh has that opportunity along with the other 7 teams as well. Could you imagine if we get the number 1 pick? Game changer. Literally, that's a game changer. I believe that, yeah. Yeah, because a guy I think if you get I don't know a lot about Stützle, so I'm not going to put him in this conversation. But if you get Lafreniere or Byfield, that's literally changes your lineup because these guys can slot in next season. Be a big surprise if either of those 2 guys don't make their teams next season, and you kind of it solidifies you in definitely offensively, And with Byfield, big guy down the middle, Lafreniere, just sky's the limit for that guy. Literally, he's going to be an elite player, an elite to franchise player. So we'll find out. But yeah, that's a game changer. Pittsburgh picks first and we'll win the cup this year anyway. No, that can't happen. For Pittsburgh to get the first pick, they have to lose to Montreal, and they won't be in the playoffs. So it can't happen. Nolan, have a good night. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Hey, anytime. I had fun. This was actually a very fun stream. And a lot of it, and I hope it doesn't go to his head, but Patty Mac actually was nice having him in here giving us the information and his opinion. I've been trying to get him to do this for a long time. We should start Kincaid in goal against Pittsburgh. It's not the first time I heard that. I've heard that. Was either today or yesterday somebody saying that. Put Kincaid in there. Kincaid will never wear Habs uniform again. Don't even think about it. I should do a series on each qualifying team on getting number 1. Listen, there's still a way to do the. I know you like to do different scenarios. So for you, there's still lots of ways you can figure out if this one gets in and all that. So, yeah, it's open. For me, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. It's only 1 pick. So it might not be as hard to figure it out. So we'll see. But mock drafts are a lot more fun when you kind of know who's going to be there. Automatic. You mentioned we will win the cup. I don't have confidence in that. But obviously, the possibility is there. And listen, though, we got to talk about that. let's hope it comes off, because as much as it looked like it was really going to happen, the last couple of days, a lot of wrenches have been thrown into the works, and it's almost a shit show now whether this is going to come off or not. And quite frankly, I wouldn't blame the players if they said no, because it's looking more and more and more like the NHL really doesn't care that much about their safety. And it's not just the NHL. It seems like all the leagues are doing the same thing. All the WWE, everything. It doesn't look like the leagues care about the players very much. They just want to be cavalier about getting the games on because they need the income and the money coming in. And like, who gives a shit about what happens with the players? Because if the NHL, if this is a true rumor that the NHL really pulled out of Vancouver because they want asymptomatic players who test positive for COVID to still remain in the games, I don't know where you go with that. I just don't.
Consider, too, that owners and general managers have zero health risk in this whole thing.
Yeah, they can stay away. Owners and general managers, they don't really have much health risk. It's very true. So, you know, if this is the case, if this comes out that that's what it is, well, it won't surprise me because, listen, we all know Gary Bettman's a bit of a snake. I don't think that's surprising anybody. If Gary Bettman heard me say that, he probably would laugh and say, yeah, it's true. So it won't surprise me. It won't shock me, but it's a big disappointment. A big disappointment. To wind us up like this as fans, is my dog agreeing with me? To wind us up like this as fans, that this is going to happen, we got the interest of the players, blah, 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 and then you find out, no, they just got the interest of their bank accounts. That's it. That's all. It's very disappointing, and starting to really look like it's not going to come off. But now, if it does happen, anybody who's thinking Max Domi is playing, you are fooling yourself. So when you do your lineups and all that, don't put Domi in there because he is not going to be there. And you want to be creative, put Domi on the left wing. He's not going to be there. So don't put him in, because look what's happening. Max Domi would be an effing fool. I don't want to swear because YouTube doesn't like it. Okay, I'm a sellout. Okay, shut up. So Max Domi would be a fool to play. A fool. And Capo Caco, players like that, they're not playing. So there's my rant. Let me see if there's something to answer, and then we're going to call it a stream. What happened to the Sens and the Red Wings? They got screwed. They got screwed in this one. Not like literally that on purpose got screwed. They got screwed out in the draw. They got screwed. They might have on purpose got screwed because they didn't do this as a live draw. So you can always say it leaves the door open that maybe there was something corrupt going on. I don't know. But they got screwed in that they were in great positions and they weren't able to keep them. So, yeah. Not that they won't get good picks there, but they're not getting Lafreniere and Byfield. That's for sure. So, yeah. If I do a mock draft, do it with us picking 9th. First is obvious. You know, I'm thinking, I got my OBS working. Now, the thing is, I've got to be able to learn how to run it. And maybe I'll just do a live stream and then put the live stream up as I can download it and then re-put it up as a video. I think I can take it, I can download it, take it off from live and put it up as a video. I might do that. I'll figure it out. But where you guys do the picks. So I'm thinking of doing that. So we'll get on a live stream and then you guys will pick do the mock draft. So we'll try to do something like that. I wanted to do that last Saturday with the like a brackets thing to pick get to the Stanley Cup, but I forgot. I literally forgot and nobody reminded me, so I didn't do it. So yeah, but I think I need to do that on OBS because that way I can record it and put it up. I know John from Hot Take, he does that all the time, and I don't know how he does it, so I got to get in touch with him and see if he can tell me how. Stu Cowan thinks there's only a 30% chance that they continue on to phase 4 as planned. Oh, I'll tell you the truth. Now, I've said this on video that I did from like a couple months ago. It's not going to happen. That's what I said a while back. I am not making it up because it's on video. You can go back to my videos and check. So, but then I was kind of turned around like, no, this is really going to happen. It's really going to happen. And guess what? It's starting to look like, nope, they're not going to be able to do it. So I don't know. I'm 50-50 right now, and we'll see how it goes. But I'm definitely not happy with the news about Vancouver being out of the running for the hub because I don't like the reason. And I think that does not bode well for going forward. It doesn't. If they really don't have player safety 100% as like job number one, I don't see how this proceeds because I don't think the players are going to vote to say yes. And it doesn't go forward without the players voting to accept phase 3. So, okay, so I think I am going to call it a night. We've been at it an hour. I think I'm going to put up a video about this as well. So I'm going to be on tomorrow night, so don't worry. We're going to do Saturday Night Hockey Talk, so don't worry. We'll continue this conversation tomorrow on Saturday Night Hockey Talk, if you don't mind. So I want to thank everybody for coming in and putting up with my live stream that crapped out and coming back in. And look, it's still sitting at 19. Well, just dropped. So listen, thanks everybody for being here. It's great news. Montreal's got a shot. All right. And we'll do a live stream on that one as well when it comes up. And we'll be here tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow. Maybe Pat decide he wants to be here. I don't know. Well, tomorrow at 8:05, Saturday Night Hockey Talk. I shall see you then. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Peace out. Have a great rest of the evening.